name is Raquel King, and I teach voice lessons. And up until now, I have been teaching in um, four different locations, just running all over this whole region, just getting as many students as I could. And I clicked on the link for Fabiana, and I was like, "What is this? How in the world could I make it more profitable?" I never thought of being a musician as being profitable, and so I've now created a 6-month course, and I sell for high ticket clients, and I much more fulfilled, have more time for singing and my family. I have 5 kids, and there was a day that I just was no longer willing to tolerate my existence when I had 3 different adults going to pick up my kids from school. And literally, it took 3 other adults other than me for me to teach my 2 students that I was teaching 30 minutes away. And I just thought that this is not profitable at all. I'm being a very bad music missionary, and nobody is going to want to go into music after watching me spin my wheels. And so when I talked to Fabiana the first time, I was nervous, but I started to realized that I really could make it happen and make it work. And so within 2 months of her program, I was actually able to get 4 clients and just make more than I had made all year, the previous year. And I did work part-time, so not like a full-time salary at this point, but I am working towards that, and I have a goal to really make it be a viable profession, so that I didn't want to be in the school. I do have an education degree, but I taught 1 year and I just did not want to do that. And so I want this to be a viable profession for people and have more options and not be dependent on being hired or being um, working so many hours and being exhausted as an artist. I think the biggest thing was learning to respond to what my potential clients were looking for instead of just guessing. And I find that that's similar to, I can understand my students with that because they are just guessing what the judges are looking for. And so I realize that I have a great amount of value to offer to them, just like Fabiana had a great amount of value to offer to me, because just like my students trying to guess what the judges are wanting, I was just trying to guess what should I market myself as. I was just doing a lot of different things to try to make it be a viable profession, and really I did need a business coach for helping that specifically for music. I kind of prided myself on working the hardest of anybody that I knew, and so I thought that that's what made me effective, is by working so hard. And so I think that might be a limiting belief of just thinking that that's the only way to make ends meet, is if you're like, I mean, I was younger than some of the other people that were around me. And so, I was like, well, I'm young and I'm fast and I'm savvy with technology. I mean, I'm not really, but, I was more savvy than other people. And so I thought, well, if I just work really hard and am like smile a lot, then then of course, and I did not know how to message myself at all. I didn't even know that some of these systems were in place that I could, and so Fabiana helped me with finding how to get things set so that it wasn't completely constantly online all the time. And that was probably one of my biggest flaws, is just trying to escape my own reality instead of embracing it. And so I was online a lot. Just I had some kind of bad habits. I had a YouTube video that I would watch all the time, and then of course that same YouTube video had, an Instagram account that then I would like, oh, I'd see it because, it's so smart to know what I like to watch. And so immediately when I had something different and a point and a focus to my time and my goals, I was able to cut that out right away and gain back a lot of time for building online business. And so I I really don't like who I am when I'm scrolling, and I don't think any of us really do, but I was stuck in it, and, I didn't really know how to get out, and so that was a huge value immediately, like, within the first day, I had stuff to listen to that were towards my goal. Well, I'm tearing up, sorry. Um, I think, like, I'm really proud that I've gotten students, but it's when my daughter I have 4 boys and then a little girl, and my daughter is almost 8, and she drew this big sign that said, "Go mom," and of course, I kept it, but to know that instead of being a burden to my family, like, "Oh, there's mom, she's going off and singing again," or, "Oh, I don't even know who's gonna pick us up today." I mean, like, one of my children got in a wrong car and got suspended for 3 days because that car had marijuana in it. He didn't know, but, like, that was because he was waiting for grandma to pick him up. It was cold outside, and he got in that car to just get out of the cold. I mean, like, all these details, like, instead of it being a burden that I couldn't be there and vigilant for my kids when they needed me, it turned into Fabiana, don't you love this story? She's not heard this one before. Instead of it being a burden, um, it's a blessing to them, and they're excited for me, and, whenever I come out of, where my office is and I'm, jumping up and down, they're cheering me on, and they're excited for me because they know, like, we'll probably go out to dinner that night to, you know, go-karting or, laser tag or something special that beforehand, I would have felt like I needed to pinch my pennies more. If you're considering it at all, like, I would say do it because I mean, I'm just, like, looking through all the people that I know, I'm like, "You need to do this, you need to do this," but they haven't even, like, gotten on, live or anything. So you guys are already to that point where you are considering it, you've looked at some of the things, and so I would say it's not something you really want to try to do on your own, it's just the path that is necessary to get you there. I had never even heard of business coaching before, and so I had to look it up. And and now, like I see like several of my friends who are starting businesses, they have business coaches in their fields, and it's normal, and it really has an amazing return on investment. And just the clarity and the focus that I've been able to get, like I can't really um, describe that it would have a price tag to it, like, it really, it is an investment.